All right, what's good, people? How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. So yeah, man, I was looking at some videos on Sixth Street in Austin, and I want to speak on it real quick. But it's pretty much the norm. It's kind of to be expected at this point. You know what I mean? I mean, what do you expect? you know, there's no real like authority out there. Everything is corrupt. Hold on. Then on top of that, there's a whole lot of millennial activities going on in Austin. Basically, the truth is that Austin, Texas needs a Batman. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. Let me go ahead and get my title right since this is what we're discussing. Hold up. This is what superheroes do. They make their own humming themes. All right. Give me a minute here. So yeah, like I said, God told me He made me for a time just like this. I understand it. I see why. Um, you know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, that we've gotten to this point. If you want me to really be realistic with you, um, it's crazy to me that we've gotten to this point. But again, it kind of makes sense. I mean, what do you expect with no real rules or regulation when you're just letting everything kind of run rampant? And that's the thing. That's kind of what Batman represents: is order amongst chaos. You know, and sometimes chaos as well. But more chaos with a purpose, a good purpose. But it's just clear as day. It's clear to me that Austin, Texas needs me. Uh, Again, it's my city. Yes, I run Austin. Um, it's where I was born, man. Capital. But like I said, no, it's all real. So, number one, I can kind of see why God, I was set aside by God, and I kind of realized that he's probably, maneuvered me to get me out the way. I just know God protects me. I know I got divine protection, so, I don't know. I mean, I don't really even know what to say about it. I mean, as far as like 6th Street, I see so much stuff that's transpired and gone on, and you're seeing the proof of the corruption. You're seeing the proof of the lack of know-how. You're seeing the proof of how folks are not doing their job. Kind of the same thing everywhere, but it's just, on another level out there. It's getting out of hand. And, I've heard that that's kind of been the trend, these past few years, that I haven't really been around. I think I took a trip up there and it was all right. I never really seemed to have any problems, but I just know that it's slowly, gradually developing, the wrong direction. So it's kind of, you know, it's just obvious what it is. Honestly, definitely not a place that I want to live or be at currently. I could stay there for some time to work and work on these blocks and, try to help things get better within the neighborhoods and stuff like that. Eh, you know, um, but, I don't know. I think it's calling my name. I think that God put it on my mind for a reason. And hold on. So yeah, I don't know. I tend to believe, and I try to believe that things happen for a reason. Everything. Um, God just keeps telling me it's all coming, man. I don't know. I'm not going to go out my way for it. Um, I'm not doing anything extra, and they kind of said in the reading I don't need to, but then the other part of the message doesn't really make sense or align with that. So, not doing nothing. I'm waiting. Like I said, this is my divine calling. You know, I answered God's calling, so you know, God has planned everything ahead of time. I don't see how or why I would have to do anything special or go out my way. You know, um, for my blessing. You know, I think I've definitely gone out my way for it. I've been through everything for it, and I've earned it. That's the truth. And even God knows and said so himself. I earned it. I earned this. But like I said, I don't know. They've said the same thing repeatedly. That when it happens, to just keep it to myself, to not speak on it, and yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Um, I don't know. You still got people not keeping their word, but it's all good. I understand people got their own things going on and they busy, but I mean, y'all be the ones telling me this and that and giving me your word, and then you don't keep your word. Like, I don't get that, you know. But it is what it is, And a lot of it, that's what's crazy. Like, folks act one way, and then I show them my career and what I do, then all of a sudden it's different. I don't get that. Yeah, might not be that, but I'm just saying it's kind of odd. You know what I mean? Because they probably look at it and they're like, Oh man, I didn't realize he's a superstar. Like, yeah, I didn't realize I was talking to the real deal. Exactly. I blend in real well. Like, folks would never know who they talking to. It's a small world. That's the point of it, is that you would never know. That's the point. Like, I blend in, folks will look at me. I'm cute and good looking, so they think I'm something totally different than what I am. You know what I mean? That's the point of it, brother. You understand? So, it is what it is. I mean, we all know what I do for a living. You know what I mean? We all know what I'm about. So, I mean, that's the thing, all that other stuff. I mean, it's nonsense. All that stuff going on in Austin is nonsense. All that stuff going on in 6th Street is nonsense. And that's the truth. And, it is what it is. I mean, when you got all this millennial stuff going on and they feel that they have a point to prove or whatever, or they're just running around not really thinking. I mean, that's what we see every day. You know, I mean, that's what millennials do, because millennials for sure don't know how to build a company. Or like me, I'm building an empire. I'm building my own future. Like I took matters into my own hands. They don't know how to do none of that. That's why everything is, like me, I like my privacy. Like I like being able to do this and talk by myself and have time to myself. I don't like 8 million people around me all the time. I can't think like that. I can't process what I'm doing. I can't focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm telling you, like, it makes sense that God would do things the way he's doing it, you know? Because I'm glad I'm not in that. I've been there, done that, and I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't focus. You can't pay attention to when everything is just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like almost like everything's like up for grabs. Like, you know what I mean? That's how people, move and live. And like, I just don't do things like that. Like, there has to be some order for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. I ain't trying to be around 8 million folks. That's the thing. Like, when folks look at me, I'd be like, they not even my equal. Like, that's not just how I feel. That's reality. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I really be talking like this. That's the difference. So it's like, you know, it is what it is. Austin needs a Batman, man. There's only one. So I can just see it happening. I can see everything that's transpiring and happening and taking place, and I can see where we're headed. You feel me? And I don't know. I think that's definitely in the cards for me. Is like when I get the money, I'm gonna have to go to Austin and save the city literally, and like fix everything myself at a street level. You know what I mean? Um, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be scary. It'll be nerve wracking. It's not going to be all easy. It's going to be a lot because I got to do a lot. There's a lot to fix up there. So, but if I have the money and resources, I definitely can do it, without it, I mean, no, because, I got to be able to have transportation and be mobile and be able to move and get where I need to go quickly. But I devoted my life to this, man. I devoted my life to the cause. I'm an activist, true activist, and I devoted my life to what I do, and I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing. So I'm going to keep on getting ready. And when God gives me the money and I'm set to go and I can make this trip, then we good. If it was somewhere else to start, then maybe that. I have no idea. I'm not God. I don't claim to be, maybe God in the human form, because God works through me and uses me as the vessel to speak through and operate with. But, God is God and I'm just the son of God, not just, but I'm the son of God. And I don't know. I'm just paying attention, man. I'm paying attention to things. I'm paying attention to everything. Don't think I'm not for 1 second. Hold on. But yeah, we'll just have to pay attention. You know what I mean? But yeah, I can see how Austin there's a lot going on. I'm looking at old videos too where they like can't figure out who's in the video, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, I wonder if it's the same exact individual. Like, because I could tell by the way they move and the way they carry, they drink. You know what I mean? That's crazy too. I'm gonna have to try to look into that. It's gonna be a little harder now, but we'll see. You know, Batman is the world's greatest detective. I can pretty much figure anything out. You know what I mean? But that's the point. Like, this is really my career. It's what I do, what I'm going to continue to do, no matter what, no matter who feels what way about it. And Austin, Texas needs me. I'm just saying the truth. And it's crazy that we're saying that. You know, it might be kind of funny, might be kind of humorous and crazy, but it's really the reality. You know, it's the point that we're at. So it is what it is. So yes, 100%. I'm planning on, you know, putting on the bat suits and working on these blocks in Austin, Texas, and really, you know, doing the real thing. So we're gonna have to keep getting ready. And the minute I get the money, we could probably mosey on up there, if that's what God calls me to do, and that's the next part of the plan. I got to see how this is going to happen because I have no idea. You know, me, I feel forgotten about. I don't understand why, you know, I keep seeing evil, wicked people get blessed. I'm not getting nothing. And that's okay because, like I said, I don't focus on the things of this world, man. I focus on God, you know, and that's why I always win. I always win because I ain't worried about money or anything in this realm or world. It's pointless. I'm worried about God. You understand? It's just the truth, man. I don't chase material possessions. I don't chase things of this world. I pursue God, and I'm good with God, and that's what really matters. You know, I don't have a point to prove, man. I'm basically retired, bro. I made and spent more money than your entire government and anyone who ever existed. Huh. I don't have a point to prove. That was the point. Huh. These folks just miss the point a lot because you know they don't listen. But yeah, I just find it kind of odd. You know, I find it kind of weird. You know that wicked, evil folks keep getting blessed, but I don't know. It is what it is. You know, I've seen it too many times. I just don't understand it. You know, I don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It is what it is. You know, but God is in control. You know what I mean? And I put my faith in God, man. Always have, always will. You know, and I proceed forward. You know, and I understand everybody needs help, and you know, it is what it is. You know, I want good for everybody. You know, like he said, love your enemies. You know, so that's what I do, you know. So like I said, I'm happy for everyone genuinely. I said that day one, never changed my position, and said everybody congratulations to folks for whatever they blessings are or whatever it may be. Like I said, it's just confusing to me. See, my position is clear. I want everyone to do well. I just don't understand why I keep seeing that. Like, you know, it doesn't. It's pretty unfair. It's not pretty unfair. It's about as unfair as it gets. You know, the wicked and evil folks is all getting blessed and everything they want and need, like it's always been. They have full support systems, everything they want and need, they good, right? They have situations that I would do anything for, you know, and not anything, but you know, like I would, you know, go out my way to try to have those situations. But it's all good because I also love my situation. You know what I mean? And you know, quite frankly, all in all, my situations are better. That's the truth. My situation is better. You know what I mean? But it ain't a competition. I just, you know, I just see the unfairness and I just point it out. You know, it's kind of my job, you know. But like I said, we're gonna keep on getting ready, keep on pressing forward. Um, I don't know, man. You know, I'm pretty tired, bro. I'm exhausted. I went really hard yesterday, and folks don't understand how much work this takes. I don't think they could understand. You know, if you ain't never really had to work, I'm talking way beyond hard. I mean, I'm talking about work harder than ever on another level than you wouldn't understand. If you never had to build everything from the ground up with no budget or no money and build it with God, you wouldn't understand. You know, that's just the truth. So, you know, I understand how impossible this is. I was looking at another concept of Batman too, and they were talking about how there is an actual Batman that doesn't have money. And it's kind of interesting because when the minute they started talking, I was like, that's me. Like the minute they started talking, I was like, that's synonymous with what I'm doing. And he's like the baddest Batman I've ever seen. Like he's bad. You know what I mean? And that's why, and that's what I keep trying to explain to people. Like, nah, a Batman who didn't come from privilege is what you would need. You can't have one that comes from privilege, bro. It's just not going to work because he's not going to have the heart. He's not going to have what it takes to do all this. You got to have somebody that comes from nothing and has been at a street level like me. That's why it makes sense to me because I've been in the streets. I spent so many nights walking in the streets. That's why for me, it's different. It's different than the way the media portrays it because I'm living it and I'm me. So it's different. The things they make a big deal about are like blocks I walk down with no problem. You understand what I'm saying? Like, given that everything is situational, but man, all that stuff on 6th Street, there ain't nothing brave about it, ain't nothing cool about it. And you can kind of see what it is. It's all kind of systematic, and it's just a lot of folks making a lot of mistakes. And, if anything, I'm going to be speaking on those mistakes publicly. Yes, 100%. And I'm going to get paid for it too. You know what I mean? So, that's the thing. Like, I hold my own. You know what I mean? Anything I got to say, I say publicly. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, that's the thing. First of all, folks know me. I got quite a reputation and folks know me. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's good. That's necessary. That's literally necessary. Do you understand that? That's why it'd be so funny because people be trying to change the light of everything that's happened or who I am. But you don't dictate my reality and you can't speak on me and you don't know anything about me. See, that's the thing. They don't understand the streets because none of them come from the streets. They never even spent a day in the streets. So they don't understand that's part of the walk. See, I'm a genius. I do every part of the spectrum without even thinking. It comes naturally. You understand? This is why I'm me and why you're you. This is why I happen to be who I am and I'm the mob. So, that's the thing. Like, no, it's required. It's required. Okay. Because I have a reputation, so, it's just like he said, fear is a tool, so, I mean, it is what it is. Just like God said, become everything they fear. You know what I mean? This is exactly what I've done, so like I said, I mean, it'll be fun. It's my dream come true, it's my dream come true, honestly, like, there's been so many people, they've had so much to say, especially millennials and stuff. Like, I mean, it's hilarious. It's a whole lot of millennials in Austin, Texas. It's the truth, So, God has made my dream come true 8 million times, and I'm very happy about it. And I'm just very content and satisfied, even right now. But that's what I'm telling you, man. Like, that description of Batman was just perfect. I mean, it just made perfect sense, and that's the thing. And they said like, nah, he's like a regular dude, and like he doesn't have any money. Like that's what it takes, and that's who I am at this point. I mean, I've had and made and spent all the money. That's the thing. I think it's different parts of my story, but I'm definitely the prophecy, and the depictions are. It's clear as day who they're about. Who else are they about? And that's what I'm saying. They're going to have different parts of the spectrum and the timeline because there's different parts of the timeline. I've been rich at certain parts, and so if they're going to make the story, then yeah, they're going to have to divvy up the timeline and switch it up, right? It makes perfect sense. So, I don't even know what to tell y'all, man. It all adds up to me, you know what I mean? But like I said, bro, I don't know. That's my only thing. Just things have been so beyond unfair this entire time. I'm just like, when is it going to change? I mean, I hear readings, downloads, y'all can talk forever, but is it ever going to change? We could talk this stuff forever, but is it ever going to change? That's a valid question, man. I've been waiting a long time, bro. I mean, we're talking about, 3 years. I ran the Batman project out of my own pocket. I've probably been waiting on all this to come together for about 4, 5, 6 years at least, and really even before that, so it's like, I don't know, man. It is what it is. It's very discouraging. How long does it take, dude? I don't get it. So yeah, it's definitely discouraging, but that's not a big deal. Like that's the thing. These folks make a big deal out of everything. Like not a big deal to feel discouraged sometimes. It's part of it. You know what I mean? It's part of the journey. I mean, joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for what? You know what I mean? So what do you mean? So yeah, it's been impossible, man. It was all impossible, and with God, all things are possible. And I'm continue to, proclaim and glorify God. I'll never change on that, man. God don't got to do nothing for me, man. God's done plenty. He's done more than enough, and it was never based off of what God can do for me. And if anything, it was based off what I can do for God. So my faith is always there. It's not conditional. I have unconditional love for God, like I have unconditional love for humanity. And even if the wicked and evil folks continue to get blessed and they all become millionaires, and if the world's going to be backwards, I mean, I still believe in God and love God. I mean, truly, you know. And that's the ultimate test of faith. And the devil has to see that. And I'm sure God is bragging on me, saying, "See, he doesn't waver." You know what I mean? Like his faith don't waver. Like, because that's what the devil do. The devil will be sitting there talking like, yeah, see, if he doesn't have anything, and you know what I mean? Like that's what the devil do. Like if I take everything, you know what I mean, and he doesn't have everything, and if he's struggling at some point, he's gonna say this on your name, and but nah, I never did that. And I get upset because I'm human, but I've never done that. I'm always loyal and faithful to God. I just see when it's unfair, and I'm human, you know, and I feel some way about that, and that's okay. I don't hold on to it. I move forward, and it's not towards God. It's just in general, it's just I'm gonna say the truth. That's what I'm here to do. Stand on business. It's unfair. It's unfair as hell. I mean, you got people with habits getting free vans. I mean, that's the craziest thing I heard. You got people with habits are going to be able to build a business with free money because they copping a plea, doing sympathy pleas every day and begging. These dudes are talking about hundreds of dollars. They're talking about $3,000. I guarantee you, they'll probably get that too. That's crazy, man. Who's funding these people? Like, is this all the red triangles? That stuff is crazy, man. Y'all spent millions trying to stop me and couldn't. Apparently, somebody still got a little bit of dough, right? So I'm saying, like, we know what you're doing. We know that you're manipulating everything. Like, that stuff is corny. That's corny. If you got to spend your time manipulating everything, you ain't no champ and no winner. That's what I got to say. That's the part they don't get. If you're not whatever, if you're not the real deal, what does it matter? See, all this stuff is fake. You're not accomplishing anything. See, that's what they still worried about. Material possession. A van. Who cares about a van? Have you built a business yet? Because I make digital money. Do you? That's my point. That's my whole point. Like these people want to talk like there's anything going on. Like, brother, I'm wealthy as hell. You'll never catch up to me. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, give them all the money, man. Give them all your money. You know what I mean? Keep doing what y'all doing, man. Folks with habits. You know what I mean? Like able to get farther, way farther, and do way more than me when I'm working harder than anyone. Folks won't give me a dime. You know what I mean? The most I get is a couple of bucks, $5 or something. Like, that's the truth. Like, don't make no sense. Government funded all that stuff with Austin Metcalf. Government funded all this stuff. They put that other dude, the Carmelo Anthony dude, in a brand new suit and had him go to court. And the system still, brought justice for once, I guess. You know what I mean? Because last I heard, everything that transpired, right? So he didn't win on that one. So I mean, there's a lot of justice being had, so I don't know. It is what it is, but I mean, I'm sorry, that's just, what world are we in, bro? I'm talking about for real. We got people with habits, okay, that cop sympathy pleas every day and beg, and they're making way more money than me right now. Way more. I mean, the amount of money that it takes to do what they're doing and what they're talking about, that's crazy. So what does that say? Yeah, them folks with habits, they have an illegal source of funds. Or is anyone going to do their job and investigate that? Are you ever going to talk about that? That's why they're able to do that and then pretend they're getting ahead and they never do because, well, karma and God is real. So that's the way I look at it. It's like, that's not God, bro. That's y'all doing your nonsense. See what I'm saying? That's all y'all know how to do. And then you never seem to learn the lesson that you don't win that way. When you cheat and you manipulate things like Rob Rack or Charles and Shelley Wofford, right? It never works. You know, you might be able to, pretend you're coming up and pretend you're winning for a minute, but you're not going to learn how to do anything the right way or genuinely. And God sees all, and He sees what you're doing, and you're all in the wrong. I mean, God sees you're in the wrong, and He sees where your heart is at. So God sees that. He's going to take note of that. And then what does God do every time? God brings justice on a silver platter every single time. So yeah, enjoy it while it lasts. That's all I could say, because that's all of them. That's the Masons. Everything is borrowed. Enjoy it while it lasts, man. Enjoy that illusion of whatever, because it ain't success. And that's all I'm saying. Now I'm gonna talk about it. It don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's what I mean. Like how, just like in the public, you got all these folks. Y'all want to give all your money away to nothing, to folks who are doing it to you, but you won't give me a dime and fund me. I'm out here protecting you. That don't make no sense. I'll go right on 6th Street, man. We'll get 6th Street running right at a street level. I'll just pop up out of nowhere and do what I need to do, whatever. Like we'll make sure that 6th Street is safe. I'll be rolling up on bat pods, popping up. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's go to work, man. You know what I mean? The public can fund me any day, man. All these folks just sitting there. That stuff is crazy, man. You know. The fact is, like I said, this is all millennial stuff. I don't care what no one says, man. I don't care what no one says. That's all why this is happening. And it's nonsense. It is. It's literally nonsense and a waste of time. You know what I mean? That's the thing. What are any of them doing? If they ain't succeeding, that's the problem when you make everything free and you give everyone a right to do everything. When you let, like, I want everyone to have rights, but that's the thing. Like, we don't. It's just so unfair. It's unbelievable. Everybody got more rights than me. Everybody has an opportunity to do everything in my country. So you can't tell me God don't see this, because it don't make no sense. And there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing. It ain't about being tough, strong, macho, smart. It ain't got nothing to do with it. It's just unfair as hell. This system is a joke. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I don't participate in it. So I'm on the outside looking in, partner. I'm going to keep on doing my career. And, that's all right. If anything, they gave me a job that I can always do, for eternity. So that's the cool part. Yeah, God set me aside, and I'm seeing, obviously it's for a reason, So that's all I got to say, man. I'll talk to you in a minute, bro. It is what it is. But, like, I'm tired of even asking, folks out here in the public to fund me something. Like, I'm asking God to fund me, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. I'm not going out my way. I'm not playing the lottery. I'm not trying to guess numbers, because I'd be like remote viewing and writing numbers down that I feel like come from God. But like, I don't have time for that. I don't got money for it. Like, I shouldn't have to do nothing for my blessing. I earned it. My blessing should be here. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, like I said. And if it involved people, like these people could have been talked to me. I said, all they got to do is send me $1, leave a phone number, right? Or type, I love you and it's real and I'm on my way, whatever, like something. I ain't received nothing. So it's a very hard time period for me, man. It's very difficult. That's what folks don't want to talk about. You know what I mean? And I haven't really had a chance to talk. This has been the hardest time. You know what I mean? Calling it the in between time or whatever. Like, I know God is real, man. I believe it's going to happen. I don't doubt God for a second. So, but I feel discouraged right now completely, and just I have a right to. You know what I mean? I don't get it. I really don't. I've never seen anything like this, but it is what it is. Like, honestly, I don't know. That's the thing. I'm not like other people where they're like, I don't care. That's people's answer to everything. I do care. I care because I put everything I possibly have into this project. I put everything I have into saving the city, saving the valley, and into saving Austin, Texas too, and really the whole world. And like, I do care. And that's in the depiction too. They said, the whatever, something fails and he goes into hiding, remember? Because he can't handle it. That's what she said, remember? That was something separate, but I'm just saying, like, I do care, and that's what they fear. They fear people who care. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I don't. For what? No, I do care. I care because, the way that the world should be is, when good people are good, righteous people, everything's not one way though or linear. So I get it, you know what I mean? But like, I just don't understand. It's completely unfair. It's been unfair forever. But karma is real and God is real. And that part has been there too. So I can't really say that, it evens out. It really does. So that's what I think is going on here, personally. So mhm, it is what it is. But let folks do what they want, man. Like I said, I just don't get it. I don't get how I'm the one that is in need and has been in need this entire time because I took care of everyone. I've done everything for everybody, and I've done right by everybody and gone out my way for everyone and paid everybody's bills and everything. I did everything for everybody. Everybody has everything because of me. I was everyone's support system, and these folks just want to act like they don't know who I am. Man, that's silly as hell. I'm a public figure. Y'all all know who I am now, correct? Exactly. Yeah, right? That's the problem when folks talk too much and gossip because they don't know what they're talking about. That's why you don't listen to that. All right. It's just common sense. So, yeah, like I said, I'm the one who built everything, homie. What do you mean? I got receipts for it. Yeah. Everything. Everything is because of me and my money and my hard work. So that's what I'm saying. Like, speak on me. You got to get your facts straight, right? Folks can't talk on me, man. You know what I mean? I'm not you. I'm a little different, homie. So, like I said, man, this is ridiculous. Everything is a gimmick, especially in Austin. I'm just telling you the truth, man. I can't wait to get up there, bro, but I need to have money. Me just going up there without money, that's pointless. I can't, there's nothing I can do. I mean, I could try, but for what? Like that's not even smart. It ain't I'm not gonna be able to do what I need to do. Like I need the money. But if I get this money and I go up to Austin, good luck. Good luck. Because Austin is mine. And I'm talking about you will literally see me moving in the street all down them same streets I come from, North Lamar, Runberg. Man, I've spent nights walking out all over there, all over the city, Guadalupe, right? All them streets I run. Like I've been telling you, it's the truth, And like I said, a lot of folks need saving. A lot of folks need help. They need my help. So I'm gonna try to be there, man. But like I said, I mean, the whole city of Austin could also come together, which is why I'm talking about it, because maybe the word will get out. You could also come together and fund me. My funding could come from God, and He uses people to fund me. I mean, the whole city could get together and be like, man, let's go ahead and pay him some real money, give him some thousands of dollars so he can get started and get up here. Like, I'll gladly save the city. I'm talking about for real though. I'm talking about, do you want the city saved or not? Do you want to change it or not? Because that's the thing. The city is only in the predicament and state it's in because of, all the corruption, the mayors, the DAs, the judges, the system, Travis County Jail. We all know it's corrupt. Remember how they tried to treat me? We didn't forget. So what do you mean? It ain't nothing to brag about. You remember? You remember the nurses, the stunt they pulled? Just pure corruption. You remember? Yeah, because I'll never forget. And I know they were all talking to the red triangles, just like the hospitals were, just like Seton was. Facts. Yep. So, I mean, like I said, you got a corrupt city and a lot of folks who are grown adults and they like to gossip, right? And then that gossip, what does it do? It makes everything more impossible for people like me that we're just trying to do what we need to do and win. I'm just out here trying to survive and get by. But when folks start gossiping on my name, why do you think they do that? Because they know it makes everything impossible. Because now I can't move the same. Now I can't do what I need to do. Now I'm losing out on opportunities. But it's all good because God is real. So God is going to bless me for anything that I lose. God is going to give me back in tenfold and replace with something way better. Trust me. So, the way I see it, I see what it is. All the evil, all the wicked, I see them going through karma every day and God's justice every day. You know what I mean? I am vengeance. You understand? So, like I said, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, it's a whole story. I'm the main character, man. That's what folks gotta understand and not forget. I'm the main character, even when it looks like I'm out of the picture or not a part of it. I'm the center of the universe, man. That's what people got to understand. You in my world, this is my dream. Yeah. So, like I said, man, I don't even know. I don't even know what else to tell you. You know what I mean? It's just difficult. It's difficult watching all this. It's difficult seeing it. It just don't make sense. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I said, I genuinely wish everybody well. I don't care if they're evil and wicked, man. I wish everybody well. You know what I mean? Truly, man. But like I said, I also believe in justice. You know what I mean? That's my thing. Like, man, folks can't win being evil and wicked. You never win like that because you ain't good. Why they're never happy. It's why they can't enjoy anything. It is what it is, man. Let them do what they do. Feel me? So, like I said, me personally, I'm gonna keep on winning. I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep pushing forward, and I'm gonna get ready. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, Austin needs me. It's clear as day. So, if anything, that's what we'll get ready for, and you know, continue to do my job and my career that I built myself and created and chose. And nobody did a thing for me. Nothing. You know, like you know, folks be trying to help just a little bit. You know what I mean? Like we pretty poor down here. Folks don't have a lot of money, so I appreciate them trying it all. I mean that honestly. But like I said, that's the thing. Like, man, I need to get together thousands of dollars, man. I'm already investing just barely. I think I got like what, like 95 in there. I still got to try to keep enough in the bank so that I can hopefully pay this phone bill and still get by. It's super hard right now. It's super hard. It's super difficult, and these folks they can never fathom it. You don't even understand how hard it is for me. So that's my deal. Like, bro, I just can't wait to be around people that actually take care of me and care about me. You know what I mean? That actually pay attention to me. Like, I deserve that. And that's the thing. Every time I turn around, there's no support system, and it's the opposite of a support system. And you just can't win like that. You can't get nothing done like that. And I've gotten a lot done on my own with God, but I need a support system, man. I need the right people around me that really want to help me, and I need to be elsewhere in a different situation. And it's just clear as day where I can really move the right way and do what I want and not struggling, not in a position where I'm going backwards or it's harder. No, I need to be in a good position with tons of money. Feel me? All I got to do, man, I mean, it may sound whatever, but all I got to do, man, is get me at least a couple of $1,000s, at least get 10, 20, 25 grand. I need at least 25 grand realistically, but at least like 10 bands, to start. At least the minimum, I'd say 5,000, but like get that invested and, what I mean? Then maybe I could like try to do it, what I mean? But, you know, it requires a lot of money, dude. It requires money because that's the thing. Because the first purchase is probably going to be like a motorcycle or something that moves. You know what I mean? Probably like that's the thing. Like, man, I can't believe that. That's crazy. And like I said, I'm happy for him. I'm glad the Wofford's got a brand new van. Like that van looked nice for free. I ain't never heard of that. I've never in the. That's the thing I'm saying. I've never heard in like who is this guy? I ain't never heard in the history of time just folks just begging and copping sympathy pleas, and they have had every break that you can imagine. I mean, they complain and whine, but you've had it so good it's unreal. I mean, you've gotten everything handed to you. That everything they've got was given to them. They're being given things that I've had to work for my entire life. That's not unfair. What? And I'm truly happy for them. Like, man, I hope people give you the world because you never gonna figure out what it's like to actually work for something and get it for yourself. That's the thing is it's called enabling, and that's what these folks do all day. You can enable narcissistic behavior all you want. I mean, they're not learning anything, so you're not helping them. That's the point. Yeah. See, that's love. I got love for everybody, even my enemies. Like, nah, see, I want folks to learn the right way so they can be able to build themselves. That's why we offered to help them, right? See, that's the problem right there. Yeah. So, yeah, I've never heard in the history of all time like that's history right there. I've never heard in the history of all time somebody just being given an entire fully operational van, brand new. I have never heard of that. I don't like bro, I don't know who you is, but that's crazy, bro. I ain't never seen something like that. Like you just made history. That's how crazy that is. Like that's what I'm saying. It's not just like, oh, it's unfair. It's like let's rub it in that it absolutely is beyond unfair. And that's how the world's been especially concerning me this entire time. That's why I just me, I'm like, man, I'm just done. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I'm gonna keep trying with what I'm doing because I love what I do. I'm gonna always do this. I never give up. But as far as everyone else and everything else, yeah, I'm done. I'm not even going to participate, but like I'm sitting here, I could have used a van this entire time, man. You know how bad I need one. You know how much that would help me. Like, come on, bro. I can go get me a girlfriend or something, with a license who can drive. You understand? Like, like that's crazy, man. Or a friend or something, like literally if I have to tell them like, like at least just so I had a vehicle, because then I could go on the trip. Then I could get the money and just do the trip myself and then like at least try to get to a point, you know what I'm saying? Where I can get where I need to go. Like that's really what I need. I'll ask God right now. I need a vehicle and I need like over $1,000 so I can get all this stuff paid and get everything going and get like, you know what I'm saying? Like get my license back. Like, come on, man. This is crazy, man. Like I'm telling you that these folks is just relentless. They don't even stop. Like, man, it's crazy, bro. All because of lies. Everything they said is a lie. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not doing nothing for nobody. You know what I mean? Until I get my money. You know what I mean? If I get my money, then we're talking. Then I can pay all my stuff. Then I can be right and be good. And then I can move forward. But other than that, I'm not lifting a finger, man. For what? That's what folks don't get. I fell back from society. I'm not going to play your game. I never did. I'm not going to sit here and enable your lies and validate them and act like it's okay. No, y'all lied. All my tickets were lies, right? And I paid them all, right? So what do you mean? The other thing is in a whole nother county or whatever, and that's all lies too. You understand? So what are you talking about? Why should I pay anything or do anything and reward folks who are corrupt, who lied on me? I'm not doing nothing for you. Straight up. Yeah, and you ain't getting a red cent and a dime from me. I guarantee you that. You hear that? Yeah. I will never pay you folks. What? Yeah. How about that? So that's what I'm saying. Like that part makes sense to me too, almost, because it's like, nah, y'all want to cheat, y'all want to lie, y'all want to play these games, and y'all broke the law every way but sundown. Okay. Even if I had my money, I might not pay it. Real talk. I'm for real, bro. For what? Nah, man, I'm Batman, right? So what is Batman doing? He always on the move and on the run, right? That's the truth. Because of y'all, because of your lies and corruption. See what I'm saying? So why should I turn around and pay you? Why? For you to set something correct that you should have had corrected already. Like, nah, reinstate my stuff and give it back to me, man. Y'all lied. What are you talking about? No, we don't do that. I don't pay folks and reward them because you lied. Hell no. Nope. No, I'm telling you right now, you ain't getting a dime out of me ever. I'm not paying you $1. Yep, none of you. I'm not giving this system or the government a penny of my money ever. Yeah, we cowboys out here, homie. So, like I said, that's the difference. See, I'm real, and everything else and everyone else want to be fake. Feel me? Yeah. So, like I said, that's my deal. Like, I'm inclined to get my money and still not care. Maybe, it's just something I, might have to do. Like that's the thing. Like, it just don't make no sense. That's what they do. Use the system. Man, come on, bro. That's crazy, bro. Any judge is supposed to see that, and they supposed to pay attention to when there's manipulation of the legal system. That's supposed to be the biggest deal ever. Like I said, man, folks are not doing their job. I don't understand it whatsoever. I really don't. Like, see, y'all got me where I'm struggling for no reason, and then they got the audacity to talk about it. That's the thing. No, I have to use the card. I have to play the cards I'm dealt, which was the worst hand imaginable. All this is because of other people. I haven't made one mistake. Nothing they said happened. Everything they lied on, and I proved it even publicly. Yeah. So see, some folks like me, we just held back because of Satan, because of the devil doesn't want to see me shine and win and ascend. But in the process, God helped me with it and used it to help me to ascend. See, I would have never ascended had I not been held back. Isn't that crazy? So I gotta thank you folks. You feel me? And everything happens for a reason. So like I said, I mean, the only time is maybe when I get my money, I'll pay what I need to pay so I can get going. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I need, God. I need me like a vehicle. I don't, like a Batmobile or a van or something to start and give me $1,000 and give me like, thousands more. That's what I need. So I could get everything with that, taken care of the right way, get everything in order and, be able to go on the road and like, at least then I can go park somewhere and try to take a nap every day if I have to. Like I'd live out the vehicle if I had to. For trips, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, not what I want to do primarily, but like I'm just saying it would at least give me an option to try. It ain't nothing I ain't done before. Man, I used to have to do that. I used to have park in gym parking lots and all sorts of play. I had to park in the parking lot, take a nap in my truck or my Chevy Cobalt car and wake up and like in Austin even and like go operate and do what I need to do. So like I'm just saying if I gotta manually do it, I at least need that. I need $1,000, right? And then I need a vehicle and then I need thousands more for gas and hotel expenses and everything. And that's what I'm saying. Like if I had that, hell, at least I could try to run this project. But that's the thing too. Everything is so crazy now and weird. You're like, I don't want to live in a vehicle, even if it's for a night or a short time. Like I'm smart, bro. I understand what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? you know, like I ain't got to explain nothing. It's called being smart. You understand? That's why when I love folks try to change everything. No, it's called being smart. That's why I'm winning. Yeah. So, I don't know. I just don't get it, man. I really don't. Like that's the funniest part. Like, oh, I'm in this position because of everyone else. Truly. And I've just never spent time to say that. Oh yeah. Because of a bunch of lies and nonsense, nothing of my own fault, nothing, not even one thing. Everything I've done in my life is right. Even God told you people that. Yep. And I excel and I actually go above and beyond and for everyone and do everything for everybody. So that's my point. I have a right to ask people for money because I gave all my money to other people and helped them. I used to help the homeless, food, clothing, shelter out of my own pocket, didn't even talk about it. I've done everything for everyone. And that's what it takes. That's why I'm the depictions. I'm Batman. Takes a true activist, man. You know what I mean? Who walks the walk, and that's me. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, and I don't even pay attention, bro. I just believe everything happens for a reason. But I'm also not going to enable behavior like y'all like to do or participate in nonsense. Like, nah, nope. Folks want to lie. Folks want to play games. Folks want to enable behavior. No problem. I'm just not paying you. You're not getting a dime from me. Now, when I get my money, I'll do what I need to do so I can get my stuff in order. I'll pay for stuff like that so I can get my stuff in order and be able to drive and do what I need to do. But outside of that, nah, I'm not giving nobody a penny. You feel me? And it's not like I really have it to give anyway because of everything they've done. You see what my point? So it's like that's what folks do. Like, yeah, it don't work like that, bro. I'm playing chess, not checkers. You don't seem to get. I'm the real puppet master, honey. Now, all that other stuff, that's petty. Yeah, I'm over here playing the real game, playing the long game, and winning. What I do for careers on another level. We operate above the feds. What you talking about? There ain't nothing they can do about it either. They all got to sit there and watch me. Divine authority, real gangster, real thug, honey. And I become more necessary every day, So that's what I'm saying. All it takes is some money. Get me up to Austin, get me going, run this project. I'd have so much work on my hands, man, and you'd see how real it get and how real it is quickly, and you get to see me in action. See, I can't wait. That's the difference. See, folks talk a lot. That stuff cute. You understand? What you don't seem to get is I've been holding back for a long time. I've been just waiting patiently because there's a system there that's corrupt. There's rules. You understand? That's why I play docile. Oh, I ain't nothing sweet, homie. So, like I said, it's hilarious to me, and I just know what I know what God's going to do. God is going to let the beast off the leash. That's what's going to happen at some point here. He's already told me. He said, sometimes, he said, the lion will sit there and watch the giraffes and watch the zebras and I'm the lion. I'm the king of the jungle, literally, and he said, and then one day, one frightful, scary, terrifying day, that lion, gets to and has to just, exemplify his power in front of the whole world. And see, you don't seem to get that I'm waiting patiently for that day. And then what you're going to see clearly is what? Batman in the street, active, getting busy, right? And you're just gonna, I mean, I already know what I'm being used for, bro. You're gonna see, I'm talking across the tri-state, homie. You talking about all these different states and cities across the nation. You're gonna see a Batman popping up in all of them and getting active, getting busy. I'm gonna be making the news repeatedly. That's what's coming. I just can see it already. I can see what I can see. You know, I understand God's plan to an extent. I can see it. That's what I love to do, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Like, whatever come with it, cool. I'm with it. Like, for real. And that takes a lot of courage and bravery, man. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for 3 years, man. I funded this Batman project out of my own pocket for 3 years. Everything I've done is real as hell. I just don't talk to you folks. Why would I? What you mean? We don't do no talking over here. We get busy. You understand? It's different. So, like I said, 3 years, huh? You know what I mean? But like I said, I just can't wait, man. I can't wait to get the money. That's what I'm saying. Like, that would be the number one thing. Get me a vehicle, right? Mhm. You know, and that's the thing. We all know what it is, like what's going on, everything. Like these folks want to pretend, like, bro, we all know what it is, man. You know what I mean? Get me a vehicle and get me where I can go off grid. That way, nobody knows where I'm at. Nobody knows where my vehicle's parked, right? So nobody can, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's common sense, bro. That's what I need. And that's what I'm asking God to do. I'm praying to God, God, please give me that. I need a vehicle. I need thousands of dollars, get my stuff paid so that I'm good and I can drive and I'm straight and I can go across the country and run this project. I need thousands of dollars, at least 25,000. That's like up front immediately. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. With at least 25,000 minimum, I could do it in Austin. I mean, I could really do it with that kind of money because I would start by getting some kind of motorcycle. I'd get my stuff paid for, right? And I'd look into like a cheap car, maybe like a Mercedes, like I already have somewhere, right? Mercedes E-Class or whatever. Like, I'd get me a Mercedes or something cheap. You know what I mean? I'd still keep the money down as much as I can to a minimum what I'm spending. That's why I really need more. I really need at least 30, 35, really about $50,000. The thing, it costs money. But with 25,000 minimum, I think I could do it because I get those two things. I'd get everything situated, and that's the thing. I wouldn't be putting money out on a lot of expenses. I wouldn't be spending a lot. I would just get what I need, and then I'd probably have about 20,000 something left, right? And then, like I said, we'd start figuring out the suits as much as possible. I'd talk to them companies and see what I need or how much money and profit I got to make and all that. I'd honestly probably find a job, right? But in Austin while I'm working on this project. You know what I mean? Find some way, somewhere, I don't know, some kind of spot. Even if I had to struggle without one, I'd figure something out, try to, like, that's the thing, man. It take money, bro. Take money because with me, I don't have a support system. So there's no guarantee of anywhere to go in Austin or any of these cities. That's the thing. That's what folks don't get. That's why they be talking so much like, dude, you don't understand. I already did the impossible in front of you 8 million times, bro. And I didn't do it once. I did it repeatedly. So, you know, let folks talk. Folks can talk. Folks can say what they want. None of them know what they talking about. None of y'all. Nobody in the public knows what they talking about. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. At least 25,000. Yeah, I could do it. I could do it. It'd be a challenge. It'd be difficult still, but I could do it. But at least that. Yeah, I got to have that. That's not an option because I need the resources. I got to be mobile. And that's the thing. That'd be the first thing I'd do too. I'd probably get a motorcycle. I'd probably get a little car, and I would probably start with one or the other at first. Right. That's number one. Right. And after that, number two, I'd look into the bicycles and I'd get somebody to show me how to put the electric bicycle kits on. I don't care. I'll start using the electric bike so I can get around. Why not? That way I'm at a street level. I can hop off of it. I can do whatever I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. I could start because it'll teach me how to build it. Like, I can start focusing on like how to like even customize them maybe if I wanted, like build off of them, like different attributes and stuff like that. Everything is going to be about mechanical engineering and mechanics. That's what folks got to understand. This is what I do. So it's like I just don't have the resources or the money to really get it started where I can do all that. That's all I want to do. I want to learn where I can build all day, where I have 3D printers in front of me like they got in them garages and stuff where there's people building actual tumblers and bat pods. I want the 3D printer. I want a crew that works for me that can do this stuff and show me how to do it. That's what I need. I need the money. You know what I mean? Need money for 3D printers, everything, and like money for a garage somewhere and all that type of stuff, man. So I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. The only one who can do it is God, man. That's just the truth. Other than that, man, I ain't worried about nothing, bro. I stopped caring. I don't care about nothing. I don't. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Like I said, it's not in my power or in my hands. It's in God's hands. You know what I mean? Real talk. So I'm in God's hands. That's what it is. So I surrendered to God a long time ago, man. You know, and the divine. So like, it is what it is, man. We'll see what happens next. You know what I mean? I just hope and pray He makes it happen. I don't doubt God for a second. You know, I believe it's going to happen. It's just it's difficult. You know, I've waited for a long time, man. It's been too long. I waited a long time, bro. So you know, that's my deal. Like, but yeah, when I get the money, if I get the money, you know, I don't know. It'll be amazing, man, because I'll be able to put it all together. And that's what I'm saying. Then I'd have money for building the bat suits. I could start working on that. Like, even if even if I had to start out with like, I don't know, hotel expenses or something, like at least I could try to find work so I can get in a flow with that like I used to and work and make some money so I can pay my hotel room. You know what I'm saying? But like, like I said, it's not anything I have to do or need. It's just this is what I want to do. That's the thing too. They be acting like it's a different situation. No, it's extra stuff. It's called this is how I move. I'm ambitious as hell. Yeah, we gonna always keep moving forward. Now I'll run the whole Batman project and do it in Austin and win. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like I would be getting busy every day. Like every day would be, I'd be training, I'd be getting ready, right? I'd be going on missions and assignments at night. I'd be in the street at night. I'd be rolling around at night and during the day. I'd pick different windows of opportunity to move. All right. I'd be logging online trying to find like a spot, like a room. That's all I need, a room somewhere that's like kind of ducked off and I just need like my own enclosed space, like a disclosed location and go off grid, and I would just be working and I would still do my live streams and stuff. Like I'm not going to roll around on a live stream. I do it with the camera off, maybe, you know what I mean? But like it, that's why I built this, because I knew it was going to be a part of something bigger. And it makes sense. That's how God builds. He has to build through building blocks. It's one step at a time. So, each step complements the other. That's how I build businesses too. I compound businesses. So that's the thing, is now we're getting into that phase of like the magician phase. So I got to invent and create all that stuff, the grappling thing, everything that he uses, I have to invent and create the real thing. You understand? So that I can be able to move correctly and do what I need to do and, be able to hold my own and take care of myself. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, I see it happening, man. It's crazy. It really is amazing, so I just see it happening. I see God doing it. I do. I don't doubt God for a second, ever. I believe in God wholeheartedly, man, because He brought me this far, and not even because of that, just because I just do. It's inherently in me to believe in God. I've always believed in God. Always. I've always believed. You can ask. Even back in the day, I always believed. I went through periods of time where I was trying to find the truth and may have been confused or not understood what's what. There's things I'm still confused on. That's human and normal, but I've always believed in God. I've always believed in the universe and a higher power and in source and in God. Like truly. Now I've always been a beacon for lost souls and people to come to, and I try to help, and that's what I'm doing. I'm saving souls for the kingdom of God, and that's what I focus on. So, you know, it's what we need, man. Folks need God, bro. I mean, in Austin, the city needs God. I mean, truly. I mean, then folks wouldn't be acting like this. Like, what is the point of all this? Y'all can't even have a basic function and go out and have a good time at a club and a nightclub because everyone wants to act like there's something they're not. It's immaturity, bro. It's not strength. It doesn't like all that stuff that's gone on. Nobody gets no stripes for that. You don't get no points. That's not a culture that anyone has been participating in but you. And you see everyone who plays that game, what happens? They all are losing. Meanwhile, I'm Goody and Gucci, and I ain't got nothing to do with them immature games, and I'm the king of the street. I'm the one with the real street gangster reputation, and you don't see us acting like that. You see what I'm saying? You don't have no funny style stories about me. No, nothing. No funny style movements, no videos where I look crazy, nothing.
But folks got so much to say, but yet these folks is steady on camera looking how they look. You feel me? Like, it's crazy, huh? What are you talking about? At some point, we got to just acknowledge basic reality, homie. Like, I'm a boss. You know what I mean? So that's my point. Like, I don't have a point to prove. Folks are welcome to have their opinion. Folks are welcome to be on whatever energy. You know about me. You know who I am and how I am, right? And just because I act meek and mild don't mean nothing. You understand? Just because I'm nice don't mean nothing. Like I said, that's the thing. Like, bro, if I'm going out to have a good time, I'm gonna go out and have a good time. I'm not there for a bunch of nonsense. And I'm aware of my surroundings and I know what it is, man. That stuff is, play games, man. Come on, bro. And that's the problem. Folks do that everywhere you go. They do that in New York. That's what they do when you're not from somewhere. When they notice that somebody's always around, it's a little bit different because then they know you're going to keep being around. Like, you're going to keep being in that area, right? So they're less inclined to do all that and play them games. You understand? Especially if they know you stand on business like me. You understand? I ain't never had, like, that's never happened with me ever. I've never even had a problem in Austin. That's what's crazy to me. You got all this stuff transpiring. Like, yeah, it's over embellished, man. It is what it is. It ain't real, man. You know what I mean? I've seen and heard so much in Austin. I've had homeboys, people I know, people I work with going through things. I've seen all sorts of stuff in Austin, man. I've been through hell in Austin. So it's like, I don't have a choice. I got to keep moving forward. So that's what I plan to do. You know what I mean? So I ain't got much else to say right now, man. But like I said, that's my only deal. Like, I'm just not enabling any behaviors like y'all do. I'm not giving anyone a dime of my money. Nobody. Nah. No, I'm not giving nothing. And I ain't even got it to give right now. But when I do, I ain't giving nobody a dime, bro. I'm going to handle what I need to handle for me so I can get on the road and get going. I'll pay that stuff. That's it. Other than that, I'm not giving nobody nothing. I'm not paying for nothing extra, nothing. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. I'm not doing nothing extra either. Like, nah, I just want my money and I go to work. I've already been in San Antonio running the city, man. I've already ran San Antonio. I'm the king of San Antonio. I'm the king of Vegas. I'm the king of Atlanta. I'm the king of North Carolina. I'm the king of Lytle. I'm the king of Austin. I'm the king of the Valley. I'm not joking. I'm the king everywhere I go. Hell, I'm the king of New York and I never lived there. I just visited. I'm not even joking. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it was all preparation, I feel like, and God told me, I've been preparing you and it's all gonna work out to your benefit. I believe him, man. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, I can't be mad or feel some way. Like, like, folks need help. You know what I mean? Like, let them do what they do, man. Let them get a win, man. Some of them need a win, man. Whether they good people or evil or wicked or not. Like I said, I truly hope that the Woffords win all them contests. I hope they don't win one. I hope they win all of them. You know what I mean? All y'all, go support that. Genuinely. You know what I mean? And he had nothing positive to say and nothing true to say, regarding me, but still help him. Help them, man. They need it, bro. You know what I mean? Let them have a win so they can feel good. That would be nice. I don't. There's no hard feelings, man. I don't feel no way, man. That's what people don't get. I don't hold on to things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all about forgiveness because forgiveness is for me. I hope they get blessed, man, beyond belief. You know, I truly do. You know what I mean? The rest is up to God. I just know God sees what's going on and where they heart at. And I just feel like a lot of it is acting and fake and disingenuous. Like, I just don't get it, but it is what it is. Like, I wish them the best. Like I said, go support that, man. Maybe they'll win $50,000. And that's the thing too. I think that's part of what's going on. I think that Charles Wofford and Shelley, I think that Charles is talking to the Red Triangles, and I think he's having them manipulate the contest, and they're saying for him to pay him some of the money, and that's illegal is the problem. So see, just understand Batman's paying attention. I'm always paying attention, brother. I see everything. So like I said, all that, the truth will come out in court and you'll have to produce receipts. You might want to keep receipts for every transaction you make, whether it be a contest or anything, because you're going to have to produce receipts and like it's going to come out if that's what's going on. Just so you know, you can't do that. That's not legal. That's not okay. That's not how it works. See, these folks don't know how to do anything righteously and work hard for their money. That's what I'm talking about. See what I'm saying? Oh no, I got nothing but pure good intentions. I still wish you the best, but I just see that clearly what you're doing is illegal as hell. That's why he keeps saying, yeah, now I need $3,000. Boy, he keep upping the amount. Who's funding him? Who's funding this dude? This dude don't even make digital money. Like, what have you succeeded in? Like, you wanna be like a CEO so bad and someone successful, but that's not success. How you a grown man? You not working? You're begging for every dime. You're asking everyone else, and you're getting funding from illegal organizations. It is clear as day. That's not success. That's not building. Talking about, oh, I got a van. Right. How did you get it? Why did that company, right? You said that it was Toyota. Let's talk about it publicly. If they're going to do stuff like this, let's call it out publicly. You said Toyota gave you a brand new van. Okay. Well, say what you want, but then Toyota is corrupt, right? There ain't no ifs, and, or but about it. See my point? That's what I'm talking about. See, no, I don't get off the trail. I pay attention to folks and what they doing. This is my job, homie. Just like I pay attention to Groovy Jimmy, the fake crip. That Groovy Jimmy, he could commit about 8,000 crimes a day on his show. And Mr. Good old Rob Wacko, Rob Whack. And I forget this is my job. That's why I be around, because it's my job. I mean, yeah, it's some of it interests me and piques my interest because it's stuff I like watching, because there's nothing better than it, because I get to see y'all messing up and making mistakes all the time. Like, it's my favorite shows to watch because it's entertaining as hell for me. For me, it's exciting. But I still, like, this really is my job. Like, so it's like, like, people can believe what they want. I'm telling you, man, Batman, the world's greatest detective. I see everything. I'm figuring it all out. I know who's who. I know everything. It takes the feds, FBI, CIA years and decades to even investigate. And then when they do, they don't do their job. They do nothing. Like me, I just pay attention to stuff for 5 seconds. I already know what, and I've already solved everything. I know who committed what crimes, who's doing what illegal activity. Like, I already figured out the whole thing in 5 seconds. I told you the system is corrupt. It's enabling and creating these situations. It's not helping us at all. That's why you have to have a Batman, right? You understand? So, like, I don't even know what else to tell you. Real talk. It's easy money, homie. What up? We stand right here and just look. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. It'd just be funny as hell, man. Every day it'd be funny as hell. You know what I mean? That's all folks do is games. Like, what you on? What's up? Right. None of them ain't about nothing. None of them ain't on nothing. What do they do? Drive around in circles. Cool. Hold up, because I'm about to film this too. Hold up. This is going to be court evidence. So, like I said, everything will be documented. Like I said, I got plenty of court evidence. And like I said, it just be funny as hell, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's when you know you winning. You know what I mean? See, that's the thing, bro. We all know the game, right? No reaction, no response, right? That's why we document everything, man. See, that's the thing. It's common sense, man. Like I said, the enemy fears what I'm about to be given. They fear what I'm about to receive. It's real, man. It's real as hell. You know what I mean? That's all they do, drive around in circles. That's all they do. The same devil games over and over again. Ain't about nothing, boy. Miss me with that, man. That stuff is absolutely hilarious. You feel what I'm saying? See, you can't participate in that when you an actual child of God like me. You don't even participate, homie. Okay? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't worry about nothing, homie. You feel me? Like I said, here we are winning right in front of them. You understand? I love it, man. Yeah. And they all hear me. Every day they hear me. Like I said. So that's my point. Like, there's no fear here, homie. You understand? Like I said, I run the streets. You understand? So it's like, man, it's easy money now. You know what I mean? Like, we winning, man. I'm just telling you the truth, man. I'm paying attention to everything. Like I said, is God already told me nobody got away with nothing. Like, okay, well, you know, then it's just clear as day what's happening and what's coming. I could just see it. So there's going to be a lot of justice. But that's what I'm saying. Like, nah, man, all of corporate America is corrupt. Like I said, I'm single-handedly dismantling corporate America in front of everyone, legally, the right way, systematically. That's what we have to do now. You understand? That's my deal. Like, it's clear as day who the enemy is. And God told me you're going to know who's been doing this and that concerning you by, what they go through. And I've been watching it. I watch it with these celebs, so I know they was a part of it. I'm watching it with people out here. I know they was a part of it. I'm watching it with corrupt officials. I'm watching it with everybody, man. There's all sorts of arrests being made and justice being had. It's all because of what I was done to me and what I went through, because God is real. That's the truth. These celebrities been harvesting my energy for decades, bro, for centuries, man. Is you crazy? Me. I'm the Messiah. I'm the Son of God. This is why all this happened, because of me. I'm the center of the universe. I'm the main character. So that's what I'm saying. I don't forget who I am. Like, that's why I'm to just point out the atrocities and the things that keep on going on. Like, that's the thing, but it is what it is. There has to be a balance. You know what I mean? There has to be a balance. That's why it's good versus evil. And I happen to be the general in it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Like I said, I truly, pray for my enemies, man. Like I said, I hope that they do well. I hope that they figure it out. But I mean, that's the thing. When you're enabling behavior like this, and if Toyota is enabling behavior and these companies are, man, that's crazy, bro. Those are grown adults. Like, everyone else in the world has to work for their money, but they're being handed a brand new van with no money for free. That's crazy. I ain't never heard of that ever at any point. So I don't know, like, somebody has some pull, and it's some illegal pull, because that's the only way that you would have companies doing stuff like this. And I'm just saying, they keep wanting to point the finger and talk about other people. And when we say the truth, it becomes a problem for some reason. But yet you see these companies doing all sorts of illegal activity back to back to back nonstop, and nobody says anything. We need a Batman. Come on, dude. You understand? It don't make no sense. And that's the thing. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, right? Y'all better figure it out. And that's the thing, man. The way y'all moving, it's not worth it, and it's not wise, and it's not smart, because I understand what you're doing. I understand totally. Yeah, y'all have connections, illegal connections, right? Corrupt connections, and what you do. I already know what you do, because I know what you do online on here. And all that stuff, you got to understand, at some point, it's going to come out in court. The truth's going to come out. And then what? See what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what they do. They try to, like, live it up and do everything they can, but everything they doing is illegal. And then it catches up to them eventually, because karma is real and God is real. And then, what happens every time? It's always the same. You know what I mean? You can't enjoy any money or anything if you're, like, if you're locked up in prison or jail. It's just a fact of reality. Just like he told me, God said, you're going to be on vacation, they're going to be in prison. I'll talk to you in a minute, man. Easy.